Space.
Yeah, they're gonna get a few feet. They're gonna like a 3 feet wide and
Mhm.
tall. Yeah, they're gonna be pretty substantial as they
I
age.
like that. You know what, Rochelle? A lot of women, not just women, a lot of people love roses. And what you're seeing right here is the 4-piece easy color miniature roses. You're getting all 4 of them. It's called the Baby Elizabeth, the Beauty Secret, the Bridal Sunblaze, and the Golden Sunblaze. You're getting all 4 of them, and they come like this. I'll show you. This is where
Yep.
they start. And you can see what ours have started to grow into. All 4 for
Yes.
$19.95. You can get them on free shipping. And remember, they're shipped to you when they're ready to be planted into the ground. So you don't have to worry about what if the weather's not right. But Rochelle, talk to us about these.
These are, I mean, these have been so popular, and there's a good reason for that. That's because roses in the garden, I mean, it's what most gardeners strive for. But roses, if you're any sort of level of gardener, you might kind of know that roses can be tricky and they can be hard to grow. But the thing about it is that these are not like your typical roses. These are what we call landscape roses, which are smaller. They are on a rootstock that is much hardier. So they're going to be hardy in the winter. That means they're going to overwinter all the way from north to south. But also, these are actually grown for their landscape use rather than their cut flower use. So a lot of
Oh.
times you might see a rose garden and it kind of isn't the prettiest thing because rose plants aren't really known for being attractive landscape plants. We grow them just for the flower. Landscape roses are a little different. These mini roses, their roses are in these big sprays. So like each stem has like a whole handful of little flowers. They're not as big, but they're covered in these flowers. So you get a lot of color. You get a nice, neat and tidy mound of foliage, which is another thing you don't get with regular roses. But the best part about them is that these are, I mentioned that hardier stalk. They're also not as inclined to get bothered by fungus and pests and stuff, which is, a big problem with a lot of the more antique roses and all these other roses that you might hear about. So if you're a gardener who wants to try your hand at roses, this is the way to go because these are like the easy roses. They're the ones that are just not going to require you to, have an encyclopedic knowledge of horticulture to make them be successful. That you're going to be able to plant them. I would plant them, by the way, kind of in the front of the bed because they don't get terribly tall. They just get, maybe 2 feet at the most. But you want to be able to see all these gorgeous flowers. So I would put them right down in front and put something like the pink mully grass behind them to set them off. And you've got a beautiful display.
Oh, I like that idea. And they really are stunning. And everything you were saying about traditional rose bushes are right. The flower's pretty, the bush not so much. But these, just the way that they are lower to the ground, they're just tighter, they're so beautiful. And remember, with everything from leaf and petal that you buy, you're going to get real information about how to care for them and what to expect from them. So
And
that's a
also
big
the
deal.
guarantee which is key. The roses and the mullygrass are perennials, and the sansevieria, the snake plant, is an annual. These are plants so we have guarantees for annuals. They are 90 days, which is basically the growing season. If it's an outdoor plant, that will get you all the way into the fall. But for our perennials, like these roses, that's a full year. So if you are in a place where the winters are really strong and you kind of worry that maybe it, might not come back after a really cold winter, you don't need to worry because if it doesn't come back next year, you can call us up. You just get that number right off the back of that brochure there and call us up and we'll replace it. Also call if you're having any problems whatsoever. If it's not performing like you think it should, or if there's any problem with it, it's got some pests, whatever. We've got great, really educated gardeners there to answer the phone and give you the information, answer your questions, and help you out, which is just not something you can say for pretty much most places where you buy plants. They just don't come with that level of support. So take advantage of that if you buy some leaf and petal plants, not just the roses, but anything. Ask us questions, call us up, we'll help you out.
And you know what, Rochelle, I'm glad you mentioned that because it just gives all of us a sigh of, yes, I can do this. And if I need help, they're there to help me. I wanted to show you one other item as well. And this is also from Leaf and Petal. This is the 50 count of plant food